What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Shanghai Pete Tries to Figure Out How to Make YouTube Videos in Real Time. Yes, I know, it's not going well. I am, of course, your host, Shanghai Pete, your very good buddy in the mix. Not too much to get into today, but we do have one of those industry events that seems expressly created just to stroke Jeff Keighley's phallus coming up. Gamescom this weekend, so that should be very exciting. But more importantly, an interview from a former Bioware dude, Darrah, came across my feed from PC Gamer. I thought it was really sick. Thought it says a lot of interesting things about the industry, so we're going to get into that. I also need a reason to test this all out. So hopefully, by getting deep inside tonight, we can knock a few things out at once. From PC Gamer, we have this very elaborately titled article. This year seems shakier than ever, Bioware veteran Darrah says, and live service games are a big part of the reason why Grand Theft Auto 6 might force the industry to change. Yeah. I'm sure that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to force the industry to change. What I'm not sure about is whether it's going to force the industry to change in a way that anyone likes. Other than the people who make tons of money off this anyway. So, they say, 2024 was miserable, but somehow 2025 is even worse. Somehow? I have a few ideas as to why 2025 might be worse, but I digress. Former Bioware stalwart Darrah began his career at Bioware as a programmer on the original Baldur's Gate. Hell yeah. And finished more than 20 years later as executive producer on Dragon Age and Anthem. Ooh, just one too many there, buddy. He's been around, in other words. He's seen some things, and he has some thoughts on the current state of the video game industry, the most pointed of which is that as bad as 2024 was, 2025 is even worse. Well, no arguments there, Chief. Last year, he says, it was survive till 25. That's cute. Darrah said in an interview with Mr. Maddie Plays, I don't know who that is. This year has definitely put the lie to that because it's more brutal than last year from everything I can see. Yeah. So far, no revelations. Last year, it seemed like, inside the business part of it, it seemed like you were starting to see the beginnings of we're bouncing off the bottom. Yes. To many customers, it has seemed like we've been bouncing off the bottom as well. So you were seeing the small money, like the people that invest in the very early starts of projects and studios and that kind of stuff, starting to come out of the shadows again. But then this year seems shakier than ever. Very sad. 2024 was indeed awful, and so is 2023 and 2022. I don't know if they're talking about from a business perspective, from a gamer's perspective, but I can say safely it's been awful from a customer perspective at least. PC Gamer's Wes Fenlon wrote at the end of 2024, and I actually did a video on this, turns out I was wrong, saying that after thousands of layoffs and dozens of studio closures throughout the year, it felt like the industry was poised for a vibe shift, or maybe a reckoning this year. Instead, somehow, the blood has continued to flow. Yes, indeed. More layoffs, the whole Xbox debacle, it's definitely not getting any better. It's a mess out there, and Darrah reckons live service games are a big part of the problem for two reasons. One, because a successful live service game makes all the money. Yes. I've said the same. Not just myself. Many people have said, if you have one thing that makes all of the money, that's significantly less risky and cheaper to make than all the other stuff that doesn't make all the money, guess what's going to get made? Yeah. And two, because major publishers would be happier, quote, if they each had 5 live services that made all the money and no other games. Yeah, or maybe just like one Candy Crush, probably. And people wonder why the gaming industry is getting worse and games are getting fucking shittier. I don't think anyone who plays games really wants the industry to look like that. Yeah, that's correct. But from a business perspective, that'd be awesome. Yes, hence the problem, Mark. You know that you're going to have 5 games, that you only have to worry about 5 games at your publishing organization. And then one will slowly start to decline. Then you go on and start to hunt for the one that's going to replace it as it eventually dies. Yes, that's a C-suite fantasy, no doubt, as this PC Gamer writer accurately describes. But reality has demonstrated that pursuing live service gold is a high-risk enterprise. From Anthem to Concord, I already have forgotten what Concord was. The only reason I remember what Anthem was is because I did so many videos on how it's dying, like every fucking couple months. The landscape is littered with the corpses of games that were going to be the next big thing until they were not. Yeah, almost like maybe investing in indies and stuff would be better. But reinforcing Darrah's point, reality also demonstrates that you can piss away $200 million on a humiliating live service flameout and immediately turn around and pour even more money down a slightly different shaped hole because maybe this time you'll hit a banger. Yeah, and I got news for you, guys. You probably don't need me to tell you this, but don't expect that to change anytime soon. Darrah said the success of Clair Obscur Expedition 33, shout out Clair Obscur Expedition 33, fucking fire, a game made pretty cheaply but with good but not over good visuals that didn't sell 15 million copies but it sold great, could signal that gamers are maybe ready for a shift away from live service deluge. Like, hold on a second. Gamers have never been in favor of the live service deluge. The people in favor of the live service deluge have always been corpos, developers, and publishers. It's never been gamers. Like, if you get a live service that comes out once in a while that somehow happens to be good, sure, we'll play it. I myself play way too much Darktide, but that's neither here nor there. But, like, it's not gamers that are hanging on for dear life for live service shit. It's publishers forcing it down our throat, okay? So let's be clear about that. But what really it comes down to is Grand Theft Auto 6, which is what will really set the course for the industry in years to come. That horrifies me, by the way. It should horrify you. Like, what? So it sells 100 million copies, and then what? We get nothing but Grand Theft Auto casino games and more live service games, but packaged better that cost more money? It sounds like a fucking living nightmare to me. Ask me again after GTA 6 ships, Darrah said. If GTA 6 doesn't sell 70, 80 million copies or whatever GTA 5 sold, then that's going to signal something. But if it's the most successful launch of all time, we'll see. Yeah, I think what we'll see is that we as customers are fucked either way. I think that's what we're going to see.
Woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out, huh? Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm back down. Back down, what? Yup, woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out, huh? Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm